Now I am going to tell you the story of Rajasthan, the horror story, the Haveli of Kankera. In the middle of the Thar desert, about 20 miles of Jaisalmer, stood an abandoned mansion, the Haveli of Kankare. People said that at midnight the sand out of move on its own, as if something unseen was dragging itself throughout it. From the broken jharokas of the Haveli, a root smoke smell always drift out day or night. The Haveli once belonged to the Kanhas Kankir, a wealthy landlord. But after his mysterious death, his entire family disappeared. The villagers believed the mansion had become cursed. One day, a young man of neighboring village, Bhimaram, accepted a dare from his friend to spend the night in Haveli. People tried to stop him, but he laughed. Ghosts? There are no ghosts. It all superstition. By the time he arrives, the sun was sinking. Behind the dunes, the desert cold began to creep in. The gate of Haveli opened with a long crack, almost as if someone had opened it from him. Inside, everything was covered in thick dust, broken chairs, cracked walls, old portraits with lifeless eyes staring at him. As the night deepens, a sudden knocking echoed from one of the far from room. Tug, tug, tug. Who's there? Bhimram shouted, but knows instantly. When he left his lantern, a shadow slid across the floor in the corner of his eyes. He turned quickly, but no one was there. The cold inside the Haveli kept growing. Outside, the wind howled like a woman crying in the pain. Suddenly, he heard a whisper close to his ear. Bhimram, Bhimram. His heart frozen. The voice was clear, but where was it coming from? The upper floor, behind him, inside the wall. But the most terrified question was, who did anyone know his name? Fear spread through his body. He ran to the entrance, but the door was already locked from inside. He pushed it with all his strength. It doesn't even shake. While searching for the way out, Bhimram found an old trunk book, Khan Singh's diary. It read, "The curse of bloodline his family reached me. The voice I heard at night are not of my own people, they are of those I betrayed. The sorrow to follow me until my last breath." And on the final page were just our chilling words. This Haveli is hungry. Bhimra's hand trembled. Just then he heard heavy footsteps behind him. Tap, tap, slow, deep, metal like. Not the footstep of a living man, but of the something bounded in chains. Panicked, Bhimram ran outside. The moon was half hidden in fog, and the desert sand looked strange, as if it was breathing. And then the sand grabbed his ankle, at first gently, then tightly, then began to pull him down. Help, somebody help me, he screamed. But in the emptiness of the desert night, he but in the emptiness of the desert night, his voice dissolved. The sand rose to his knees, to his waist, to his chest, and from the Haveli's windows came the same ghostly voice. Kana Singh debt must be paid. And in the next moment, Bhimrao was swallowed by the desert, disappearing without trace. Even today, they say at the midnight crisis can still be heard from the Haveli of Kanir. And sometimes fresh footsteps appear in the sand, footprints that start from the nowhere and end nowhere. In the still, the villagers still warn, never visit the Kanir Haveli at night. Those who enter never return.